Yes, Uncle? What's the matter?
Take a look.
At what?
Look, Simone.
Isn't that the Marietta?
Yes, Paolo Vittorio's vessel.
Oh, why should that disturb you?
Perhaps excite is the better word. Yes, excite. Simone, this is what we've been waiting for. I feel as if I've been waiting all my life.
There's nothing new about the Marietta coming into Toulon. This is her home port.
Simone, how would you like to return to Paris? How would you like to feel that all these years of exile are over? All this hiding behind a false name?
It isn't possible.
We could walk again where we belong, be proud. Not as Hugo and Sancia de Rollin, fugitives, but as Baron Danglars and his niece, Simone.
Oh, we could never return to Paris. The forces that drove you into exile still exist.
You're talking about the present, not the future. A present that is dying with every moment. The Santa Marietta is still at sea, but she'll dock in a few minutes, and then the future has begun.
But what has that to do with us?
Simone, have you forgotten the oath you swore on your father's grave? You were only a little girl then,
How could I ever forget it? I swore that somehow, someday, I would avenge my father's death.
That day is here, Simone. Of course, you will have your part to play, but you will not fail either of us.
Only tell me what this means.
The Santa Marietta will be alongside within the hour. The customs officials will clear the cargo tonight.
Without trouble, Armand?
Why should there be trouble? The name of Paolo Vittorio is above suspicion. So is the name of the cargo's purchaser.
But what has this to do with...
Our future and your revenge against the man who killed your father? That is something I must explain to you very carefully, Simone.
What do you want me to do?
Be prepared to meet someone tonight. Someone you have thought about and talked about all your life.
Not...
Yes, Simone.
All my life I have wished that I had been born a man, so that I might kill my father's murderer. Every night I have prayed that God would grant me the power to destroy the Count of Monte Cristo.
It's all 5 carats marble, Monsieur Renaud. Monsieur le Comte brought the entire shipment in advance. Here are the bills of lading. It's of the same quality right back through the hold. Well, perhaps the smaller blocks are of different grade.
For your chateau, Monsieur le Comte?
For a new one I'm building near Saint Raphael, Inspector.
Must be wonderful to be rich. Oh, well, that's something a poor police inspector wouldn't know anything about.
As long as you have peace of mind.
Meaning you haven't?
I'm too busy to give it a thought.
You've only just arrived in Toulon, monsieur?
Yes, from Paris.
Nothing to worry about here. All right, Monsieur Vittorio.
Here's your clearance, Captain.
Thank you, monsieur. Then we can unload tonight. Get most of the cargo ashore.
Not all of it.
Be dark in 4 or 5 hours. What's left aboard can follow in the morning.
Are you coming ashore, Count?
Yes, Inspector. Well, Vittorio, I'll meet you at 8 o'clock at the 2 Anchors Tavern. Is that it?
Ah, to be sure, on the waterfront.
And don't forget, you promised to introduce me to your lovely daughter, Rena.
Yes, Rena. She'll hold me to that promise, I assure you. Well, Monsieur le Comte, until 8 o'clock then.
Until 8 o'clock.
Captain, you'll unload the heavier cargo first. For future reference, I'd like to take a look at these ebony slabs. They're back here, aren't they? Give me a crowbar. Ah.
I shouldn't open it, Monsieur Vittorio.
What's that? But of course, I must see it. Naturally, I must open it, just to get an idea of the quality. Muskets.
Yes, monsieur.
What's the meaning of this? Muskets aboard my ship? Are there any more of them?
Many more.
Quickly, call the inspector back.
No, monsieur.
But, Captain, my ship is smuggling arms. I must inform the police.
I'm afraid you're going to tell no one.
Captain, I order you to put that pistol down.
Not until you're safely in the home of a gentleman who's paying me considerably more than you are. We start as soon as it's dark. Your daughter Rena's already there.
Rena? But I don't understand. What's the meaning of this? This arms smuggling, but why? A plot against the government, is that it?
Not only against the government, Monsieur Vittorio.
Good evening, messieurs. Good evening.
Good evening, landlord.
What can I get for you?
I'm looking for Monsieur Paolo Vittorio.
You are Monsieur the Count of Monte Cristo?
Yes.
Monsieur Vittorio is not here, but his daughter is. Mademoiselle Rena. She is waiting for you, monsieur.
Oh, thank you. Mademoiselle Rena Vittorio.
The Count of Monte Cristo?
Yes, mademoiselle. And these are my friends, Jacopo and Enrico.
Monsieur,
Your father hasn't arrived yet?
please, Sit down.
Thank you.
Please, speak quietly.
Quietly. Mademoiselle, you look disturbed.
I'm desperate.
Mademoiselle?
You've got to listen to me. You must do something.
Do what?
I'm so frightened. My father has disappeared.
Vittorio? Disappeared?
I don't think what has happened to him.
But you saw Polo Vittorio only this afternoon, Edmund.
Oh, yes. Mademoiselle, please stop crying. Try to tell us what this is all about.
I know so little. My father came home. I've never seen him so nervous, so upset. He told me he had seen you aboard the Santa Marietta and was to meet you here at 8.
Yes, but it's just after 8 now. Perhaps he...
I tell you, he's disappeared.
Why?
At least I know the answer to that. His ship, the Santa Marietta, was smuggling arms into France.
Arms? You must be dreaming.
I wish I were. My father only found out after you had left the ship. He came home in despair.
Mademoiselle, a man of your father's reputation needn't worry. So he's being used as a tool of smugglers. All he has to do is tell the truth to the customs authorities.
I begged him to do just that. He wouldn't.
Why not?
Because he said the customs officials might be in the plot also.
It all fits in with what we've heard. These rumors of insurrection, a plot against the king. Would your father have returned to the ship?
Perhaps. Monsieur, you must go to the Santa Marietta. See for yourself. And then decide what to do.
Let's go. Will you come with us?
No, I will go home. See if my father has returned. I only pray he has done nothing desperate.
Such as what?
You see, monsieur, it's his reputation. His whole future.
Oh, mademoiselle, your father would not take his own life. Believe me, we'll get to the bottom of this. We'll find him. You see, Jacopo thinks so, too.
Trust us, mademoiselle, and try not to cry anymore.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Is there anything I can get for you, Mademoiselle Rena?
No, thank you. These gentlemen are doing all that is necessary.
Come on.
Thank you, monsieur.
Oh, it's you, monsieur. Sorry. You can't be too careful guarding your property.
You mean my marble?
What else?
Have you seen Monsieur Vittorio?
Not since he left to go home. That's 5 hours ago.
All right, Captain. Where would you say the other crates are by now?
Where would they be, if not on the way to your chateau at San Rafael?
Naturally. And these will follow in the morning.
Yes, you have other instructions?
I do. Open up. Is it Vittorio?
If it is, he's got somebody with him.
Police.
Well, Monsieur Leconte, are you examining your property?
I was just about to.
Excellent. I came here to do just the same thing.
Well, 2 minds with but one thought. Or perhaps 3 minds. Heck, they're gone. Rico, Jacopo, after them.
Who's gone?
The captain of the ship.
Perhaps it's as well, because he could tell us too much about your property.
I don't know what you mean.
I think you do.
So it's marble for your chateau, Monsieur Leconte. And where are the other crates, with enough muskets in them to start a new revolution?
You seem to be well informed, Inspector.
My information came to me in the last 10 minutes. Just a note, warning me that your marble was a front for guns. Not even signed.
No, not even signed.
So it seems that we've caught you red-handed, Monsieur Leconte.
Caught me red-handed.
In an act of treason against the king. Running arms into France is a crime punishable by the guillotine.
Why, Inspector, you really don't believe that I'm running arms?
I am asking the questions. Where are the crates that were taken ashore?
I haven't the slightest idea.
You better have more than an idea, Count. It is clear that you're part of a revolutionary plot. Your only hope now is to help the police.
Help?
At least it might save your neck.
Inspector, I want to help the police. But I didn't know anything about these arms until tonight.
You're signing your own death warrant, Count.
You've got to believe me.
I don't.
In that case, you've got to put up your hands.
Drop your arms. They got away, Edmund.
Sorry, Inspector. But we like our necks too well.
You know what this means? You'll all three be shot on sight like dogs.
You have to side us first, Inspector. Yes, Jacopo, escape first and argue after. Let's go.
Corporal, go to the barracks, call out the police and the militia. We've got to take those men, dead or alive.
Dead or alive? Well, either way suits our books. So they take him alive, but he won't be alive for long. Thanks to your very fine performance, my dear.
It was almost too easy. Monte Cristo must be a very stupid man.
Monte Cristo is a very intelligent man. Don't underestimate anything that goes on in his mind.
He is a fool. Soon he will be a fool without a mind. And yet,
What?
I expected him to be so different. Thought I would know my father's murderer when I saw him. Thought I would see the guilt behind his eyes.
Monte Cristo is a man without a conscience.
Is there such a thing?
He killed your father and ruined me. But with him dead, we have nothing more to fear. The house of Danglars will rise again.
Yes, Uncle. Well, as you said, I've played my part.
You don't regret it?
Why should I?
We're all very proud of you, Simon.
Thank you, Armand.
The captain of the Santa Marietta has arrived, if you want to hear his report.
Certainly. Show him in.
Come in, Captain.
Well, of course. The captain had to be in the plot, too.
And he carried out his end of it most efficiently. Thank you, Captain.
What about Paolo Vittorio and his daughter?
Rina?
Are they prisoners?
Oh, we'll have to detain them for a little while. As soon as Monte Cristo has been disposed of, they'll be released.
Where are they?
In a most comfortable villa near Aix. I assure you, they're not suffering in the least.
Nothing will happen to them.
Don't worry, my child. We have nothing against Rina and Vittorio.
I'm glad. I'm very tired. I'd like to go to bed.
Run along then, my child.
So Vittorio and Rina in a comfortable villa.
Be quiet.
She's gone.
But you can't release Paolo Vittorio, monsieur.
Why not?
I'm sorry, I meant no harm. I told the old man you were behind this business.
But you shouldn't have.
Why not? Never crossed my mind that you'd let him live. Or his daughter. Well, you can't let him live now, can you, monsieur?
Jacopo. Enrico. What's going on in town?
Just as you expected. The streets are seething with troops and police. The prefect has ordered a house-to-house search for you. We're in a pretty tight corner, Edmund.
Yes.
Well, Jacopo stole this proclamation from the front of the police barracks itself.
Dead or alive, eh?
Without any particular preference.
So we are wanted for arms smuggling. Meanwhile, what's happening to the arms themselves?
Talking of that, we found out one thing. No wagons have left Toulon since the Santa Marietta was unloaded.
So that means that the arms are still here. Perhaps hidden in some warehouse or in the cellar of some mansion till they can be removed. Yes, Jacopo, to be used in a plot against the king.
That's obvious. But even more obvious is the plot against you. This isn't chance, Edmund. Whoever's behind this business is as eager to destroy you as King Louis Philippe.
Two birds with one stone.
Have you thought this out, Edmund? Who could be your enemy in Toulon? I wouldn't have believed it was Paolo Vittorio.
Paolo Vittorio?
I've been thinking this thing out, and it all points to one thing. That it's Vittorio's daughter, Rina, who is responsible for our near arrest.
Rina?
We went to that ship because she asked us to go there. The police arrived almost as if she had sent them, and just in time to catch us with those guns.
Would you think that Rina would deliberately betray us?
I don't know what to think. She was certainly crying her eyes out in that inn.
The handkerchief was dry as a bone.
You mean Rina was pretending?
My friends, I don't believe we ever met the real Rina.
Then who was...
It's something we're going to find out.
It could be death to go ashore, Edmund.
What future have we here? We have only one hope. We have got to clear ourselves by finding the real culprits.
Before the police find us, eh? All right. Where do we start?
Right where we started before, if we can get there. Come on, my friends. Let's go.
Come in, messieurs, come in. What a terrible night to be out in it.
Why, landlord, you look as if you've seen a ghost.
Monsieur, I did not expect to see you again. The news all over Toulon is that you...
That I'm wanted for smuggling arms into France, is that it?
I've no doubt it's all a mistake, monsieur.
I'm glad you realize it. Help our host to a chair, my friend. This time he will be our guest.
Now, what is it you want with me, monsieur?
The clarification of a few facts. If you recall last time we met, you directed me to a certain young lady.
Yes, monsieur. The Mademoiselle Rina Vittorio.
Only she was not Mademoiselle Vittorio. Who was she?
Monsieur, I don't know what you mean.
Landlord, you're a very stupid man. Why do you suppose we are allowed to move freely in Toulon tonight? Isn't it possible it's because the charges against us have been dropped?
It is possible, monsieur,
And
but...
if the charges have been dropped, wouldn't it be because the police are on the trail of the real revolutionaries?
Again, it is possible, monsieur, but
And the police will be here any moment for you. What shall I tell them?
That I am innocent, monsieur.
Or should I tell them that you're an enemy of France who refuses to speak the truth?
Oh, no, monsieur. Do not tell them that. When the young woman came here, I had no idea it was a plot against my country.
Open up there, landlord.
Police are here. Who was that young lady?
She was not the Mademoiselle Vittorio, monsieur. She was the Mademoiselle Sancia de Roland.
De Roland.
That's a familiar name in Toulon, Edmund.
Open in the king's name.
All right, you can open up now. I'll tell the police you cooperated very well.
Thank you, monsieur, thank you. Coming.
Where is he?
Monsieur, I know nothing. I know nothing of revolutions, no plots. The gentleman here will tell you... They have gone.
After them. Search the entire neighborhood. You two come with me.
So this is the young lady's home. Yes, nice work.
Hers?
Who knows? Jacopo, the door. Yes, light them. Let's see what we can find.
There's something, Edmund. Whose coat of arms would that be?
I know whose it is. And it explains a great deal. It's the coat of arms of the House of Danglars.
Danglars?
Baron Danglars. Its name goes back almost 20 years in my life.
I'm glad to hear you admit it, Monsieur le Comte. Keep quite still. And you two keep still, unless you want to see this man die before your eyes.
Why wait, mademoiselle? Why don't you kill me before the police arrive? Or it won't be long before they pick up our trail.
Why shouldn't I want to see you in the hands of the police?
Merely because of what I can tell about your father. Baron Danglars, hiding under the name of de Roland.
He is not my father. He is my uncle.
So, then perhaps you better listen to me.
I don't want to hear your lies.
Lies or not, the only way you can stop me from talking is to shoot me. Go ahead. Shoot me now or listen.
You murdered my father.
I did not. Your father was my friend.
I suppose you also deny that you ruined my uncle.
I won't deny that. I did it deliberately, and I would do it again.
Without reason.
Mademoiselle, your uncle was one of 4 men who many years ago had a young sailor named Edmond Dantes committed to life imprisonment of the Chateau d'If for a crime he did not commit. I knew Edmond Dantes as well as I know myself. That's why I evened the score with your uncle.
And with my father, too.
I said your father was my friend. He came to me for help, and he discovered that your uncle was embezzling his funds, so your uncle killed him.
It's a lie. My uncle has never done anything wrong in his life.
Isn't it wrong to smuggle arms into France? Arms which will be used to overthrow the king?
The arms were smuggled to trap you.
A whole shipload of them?
Only enough arms were put aboard to throw guilt on your name.
So, that's what you believe. All right, I'm willing to gamble. I say enough arms have been smuggled into France to equip a revolution. And I'll say that those arms are in this house at this moment.
You're mad.
It's my belief those arms are down in your cellar right now. And it's also my belief that Paolo Vittorio and his real daughter are downstairs, too.
It's easy to prove.
Almost too easy. Take me to your cellar, mademoiselle. If I'm wrong, you can shoot me. The police will never blame you.
What about these two men?
Oh, they'll remain here. I told you I'm willing to gamble.
Just to prove you're wrong. Go on.
Rico, Jacopo, you heard the bargain.
You will also hear the shot. Look straight ahead, monsieur.
There.
Edmund, over here.
Who's responsible for all?
Raise your hands, Monsieur le Comte. I think you've seen enough for tonight, Simone.
Vittorio and Rena, what are they doing here?
She shot him. Come on.
Bring it down.
My dear Inspector.
It seems we came at the right moment.
Yes, and at the right place. Here are your arms.
Yes, I see.
And here's your real smuggler and his accomplices. And here's further proof. Paolo Vittorio and his daughter, Rena. Rico, search him for the keys.
So you're Baron Danglars, eh? I shall be happy to receive your full statement, Baron, if you'll please accompany us. And you, Captain.
My dear friend Vittorio, now you can introduce me to your daughter, Rena.
Why, of course. Rena, let me present Count of Monte Cristo.
Mademoiselle, these are my good friends, Jacopo and Rico.
Count,
Thank you, mademoiselle, for saving my life.
Come in.
Excuse us, Simone. We have heard you're planning to leave Toulon. May I ask where you're going?
Does it make any difference now?
It might make a great deal of difference if you stayed. I need statuary for my new chateau, and I'm still expecting the shipment of marble from Carrara. Won't you stay?
Thank you, Monsieur le Comte. Thank you all.
Thank you, Simone. Now, all you have to do, apply your talents to the marble, and things will work all right for everyone concerned.